Hey guys, Cody here with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about Pokemon. And Pokemon is turning 25 this year. In Japan, the conception of Pokemon came out in 1996. A couple years later, we got it here in America. The fact that Pokemon has been going as strong as it is crazy. I remember when it was such a big deal when I was a kid, trading cards, playing the video games, watching the movies and the TV show. It was a product of its time. Now for me, I've obviously grown out of it, and I love my nostalgia, so I will always hold the show and the movies, as well as the many things that I do have in my possession for Pokemon, as close to my heart as my family, because that's who I shared it with. My family was one of the biggest influences to my Pokemania. If it wasn't for, them, I wouldn't have these great memories. So today I want to talk to you guys about those memories for the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. So stay tuned and we'll get into this. So yeah, guys, there are so many memories for me to share with you guys today, and one of them, obviously, to start off with, is the TV show. Of course, I have the Blu-ray release of the Pokemon original series here, Season 1. This is what started it all for me. I remember watching the TV show and being glued to the TV constantly. My introduction to Pokemon started with the TV show, and then I went into the video games like almost immediately. I don't have any of the games with me, unfortunately. My Xbox that I have, that modded Xbox that's over here, has every single Game Boy game, and I obviously play them from time to time. I do have a Switch that I have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, so still influential even today. Enjoy playing some of the Pokemon RPGs, and of course, the big thing for me, and this is a very big video game in my childhood and a staple of my childhood, and I hope to God Nintendo and Pokemon Company eventually see the potential of being able to put this out on the Switch, because I will be day one purchasing this, is Pokemon Stadium. And I know a lot of people, when they think about a Pokemon Nintendo 64 game, it's Pokemon Snap. A lot of times it's Pokemon Snap. I feel like Pokemon Stadium has been forgotten by a lot of Pokemon fans. It definitely was one of those original 3D fighting games that I really enjoyed playing constantly. And when the second one came out a few years later, I became even more obsessed, because we were just moving into a whole new generation of Pokemon. We just got a whole full-fledged lineup of new Pokemon. And I was really big into Pokemon at that point. I stayed until Johto. And that was where it dropped off for me, because once I started getting into other things, I started abandoning Pokemon. I became more into, of course, some of the things that I still like today, like Batman and Power Rangers and all that stuff, Godzilla. I was starting to get more into the giant monster genre of things. Pokemon was one of those franchises that, at the time, being a cartoon, it didn't seem like it was fitting in for me, but watching Power Rangers and Godzilla, on the other hand, apparently was. I had grown up with Power Rangers back in the early 90s and dropped out of it, but went back to it after Pokemon. And I still enjoyed Pokemon from time to time. It was like a really big issue that my cousin was still into Pokemon. Hell, it's still one of those things that he really enjoys that I don't think I'm as big into, because he talks about some of the newer games, like Sword and Shield. He was telling me to play it, and I told him I don't think I would be interested. I don't know any of these other Pokemon. It never I never gained interest. I still think about the older stuff. So when it comes to the video games, I tend to stick with the older generation of Pokemon, the original 150 Pokemon, 151 if you count Mew. And I still really enjoy going back and playing them. And I really want to see them release Pokemon Stadium again. It just seems like those games were a big influence on my childhood. Me and my cousin used to play them all the time. Hell, my sister would play the mini games. The mini games were a huge part of her childhood because when we were growing up on Pokemon, she was kind of caught in the crossfire. He was enjoying some of the anime and the movies and stuff, and she showed interest. She actually thought Pikachu was really adorable. When the movie came out, the first movie, this one at the top, when the first movie came out, I remember wanting to go see it in theaters, but nobody wanted to go see it but me. So we ended up going to see Inspector Gadget instead because that movie did come out. This came out in 1999, around November time. So Inspector Gadget had been out for a few months at that point. So we went to go see Inspector Gadget instead, which I will always appreciate. I mean, Jesus Christ, look what's above my bed right there. Yeah, I will always appreciate, Pokemon. But yeah, that was an interesting thing. I didn't get to go see the movie in theaters like I wanted to, but my sister's father, he had come to visit at one point. In early 2000s, he brought a board game called Pokemon Master Trainer, which if you guys don't know, we played it the other day. Pokemon Master Trainer is a very big part of my childhood, my sister's childhood. Hell, even my mother liked it. My cousins come over, we'd play it. This board game is a phenomenal piece of nostalgia for a lot of people in my family. And I've had that board game since then. I've never left that board game. Other Pokemon things I sold in a heartbeat. That board game stayed in my family since I was a little kid. And all the pieces are still there. There's still pieces that are a little water damaged and stuff from storage, but it's still playable. And it's a huge memory, that board game. But yeah, there's a lot of great memories involving Pokemon. One of the things that I do want to bring up is the movies. Again, the movies were a huge staple of my childhood, not necessarily because I went to go see them in theaters. It was because everybody would be like, hey, there's a new Pokemon movie out. Let's get it for Cody. So when the first movie came out on VHS, my sister's father, he's not my dad. My sister is my half-sister, but he bought that and the board game and brought Pokemon the first movie on VHS for me. The second movie comes around. My mom comes home with the second movie. Same thing happened with the third movie. After I grew out of it, it was around the third movie. So I didn't have the Pokemon Forever VHS. I did rent it, I think, at one point, because I do remember that was the one with Celebi. But I grew out of it around that time. And that was around like 2004, 2005. At the time, I started getting into like really into like superheroes, and Batman Begins had just come out, so the darker tone superhero movies were out. I was big into the Spider-Man franchise. I just kind of grew out of it. I went into the teen aspect of superheroes and stuff like that. So I was kind of ahead of my time getting into things like that. But I will always say that I did appreciate Pokemon. I ended up selling a lot of my stuff, which is sad. Either I sold it or I gave it away. The Pokemon cards, I had a huge box. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I had a big ass box of Pokemon cards that I do regret getting rid of because obviously the value of those cards are astronomical right now. I remember having a really big Pikachu that my mom got me. It was a big ass stuffed Pikachu, and I've seen it on eBay and I've been eyeballing it and I've been wanting to get it. But I haven't been able to get it because it's expensive. It's like a $60 stuffed animal. But I mean, nostalgic memories, having something like that to remember when my mom got that Pikachu and had this big ass Pokemon birthday party set up for me at a local park. All my family brought something Pokemon related. I had a Pokemon sheet cake. I had Pokemon decorations. All these memories were crazy. I think that one of the things that will always sit with me when it comes to Pokemon is when my mom bought my bed sheets. And I do have pictures of me when I was a kid. I had a Pokemon bed sheets, pillows, everything. I had curtains. I had it all. And every morning before school, I would wrap myself in that Pokemon blanket. I would go eat breakfast, probably Pokemon Pop-Tarts or Pokemon cereal. that was a thing. I would be on my way. I would be eating my breakfast and I'd have that blanket wrapped around me. And I shared in those memories with my interests with other people when it comes to my mother and how much she knew I enjoyed Pokemon. My sister and how much I enjoyed Pokemon. She got into it a little bit. Hell, she still cannot watch the first movie and see Pikachu crying. Or he does that little pitiful Pika Peek and cries and the tears start flying everywhere. Yeah, she says that it still breaks her heart. But yeah, anyway, Pokemon is just a huge part of it was a huge part of my life for at least 10 years. And having gone to the store to get, so many toys. I've got right here an original Pikachu from 1998, right here, that I bought from a friend of mine, and it's in a plastic box because that's how much I still look into, the nostalgic side of this stuff here. And while I still enjoy Pokemon, at least the original stuff, the TV shows, the movies, the video games, the toys, the board game that I have, those things will forever be a part of my memory. I will always enjoy them. So happy 25th anniversary, Pokemon. Here's to another 25 years. And may this franchise bring more families together in the future. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back with more videos soon. I'll talk to you guys later.